Hi everyone, Grey Power 60 here. Welcome to Tea with Me Tuesday. I know it's been a long time. Mm, nice cup of tea. It's been a while, and I wasn't going to do Tea with Me Tuesdays because there's so much going on in the world and so many things to talk about and not talk about, and who wants to rehash, who wants. And then I got a question from someone who viewed a video of mine, and I apologize. I don't remember. It was three letters in his name. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but I guess he watched one of my videos. His question really intrigued me. And what he asked was, what was one of my life's greatest moments? I had to really think about that. I've had so many. I, uh, I, I tried and tried to think of one that would stand out more than anything else. Um, and I ask you, what is one of your greatest life moments, or if you only have one? I don't think I have just one. I mean, I've even listed some of them. You know, um, one of my greatest moments is after I got married, we were posted to Germany. Well, actually, he was posted before. I went to Europe, which was a dream of mine. I learned to see Canada from other people in the world's point of view. It opened my eyes to other cultures. And that was a great moment in my life when I discovered that we can be so self absorbed within our own country when we leave and view our country from a different point of view. That is, quite eye opening. It was really an eye opener. And I was 20 at the time. Um, Another one of my life's greatest moments was the birth of my daughter. We waited 7 years before she was born, and we tried. I had hoped, we had spent 3 years in Germany, and I had hoped to be pregnant to surprise our parents when I got back, or when we came back, but didn't happen, and it took a few years after that. So my little miracle baby, my daughter, was one of my life's greatest moments. I mean, I think that is, in a lot of women, that is one of my greatest moments. Um, the adoption of my son. I didn't want my daughter to grow up, although we tried for 3 years again. And a lot of the things that women go through today, and all of the different types of things that they can go through to get pregnant. I wasn't aware of those in those days. And anyway, I just felt that God um, had wanted me to have a child when He was ready for me to have that child. And it happened, and my beautiful daughter. And then I didn't want her to be raised alone. We adopted my son, the sweetest, oh, the cutest baby. Oh my God. So that was one of my life's greatest moments, was when we adopted my son. Those are, normal things that we think of. Um, the birth of my first grandson was one of my life's greatest moments. These are all typical great moments. I mean, we can look at our life and say, you know, there was a lot of things for me that were great moments. I had sad moments in my life, But to try and pick one of my life's greatest moments is nearly impossible. Um, for me, when I received the rosary from a complete stranger who I was helping during the pandemic, receiving that rosary, I cried. It was a wonderful moment in my life. I don't know if it was one of the greatest, but it certainly was. It was. I can't explain it. I didn't want to accept them, but when I did, I felt uplifted. I felt not. Um, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm sorry, it's just gone blank out of my head. Maybe I can think of it in a second here, but I didn't feel worthy to receive a gift like that from someone, because to me, receiving a cross or a medallion of religious meaning, the rosary, those I when I receive those, I don't feel worthy of receiving something like that. Um, I'm trying to think, when I got married, when I divorced, when I divorced, um, bizarre as that sounds, it was a great moment in my life. It was a feeling of freedom. It was a feeling of um, total control, I guess, because someone had always controlled my life growing up. And just growing up in the 50s and 60s, your parents ruled your life. You got married right away, you left your father's home to be with your husband, and he controlled. I mean, not controlled, but pretty much, I was not in control of my life decisions. There was always someone or something that I had to um, compromise with. So even though it sounds bizarre, one of my greatest moments was my divorce. We didn't fight. He wasn't abusive. It just, we were two people on two different paths. And that's the best I can put it. And unfortunately, my children suffered because of that, which is rather selfish on my part, I think. But there was nothing I could do about it because it wasn't only my decision to divorce. So I tried to think, what could I possibly sit here, and could you do that? Could you sit down and think of one of your life's greatest moments? Um, Another great moment was the first time I flew alone in an airplane. It was exhilarating. Um, I always liked doing things. I think I mentioned this in a video a long time ago. I'm a really bizarre person. I am more calm and confident in myself if I do things alone, and if I have to do them with strangers and not with family. Now maybe that's a fear of looking foolish, of being humiliated, of being judged by my family. Whereas if I did something on my own and I failed, it was only me and the strangers around me that knew about it. And I didn't have to justify or explain anything. So I was always, and I remember that from very young, I always liked doing things for the first time on my own. Um, it was almost like I wanted to challenge myself to do something on my own. So the first time I went out to dinner alone, in the evening, by myself, I had reserved a table, went out to eat, enjoyed it. I was spoiled by these were many years ago, but I was totally spoiled by the the waiter that I had and the waitress and everyone around, they were sweet to me because I was comfortable and confident in myself. I didn't go and sit in a restaurant and think, oh my God, people are looking at me because I'm alone. No, I went in the restaurant saying, I am alone. I am going to enjoy my meal without having to discuss with the person across from me anything or debate what I'm going to eat. I am in control. And I loved that. And that's a really, really strange thing. I heard somewhere, a video or on TV or somewhere, where some sort of expert said that people that are loners don't live as long as those who are more social, or that they have a happier life. They don't have as happy a life. And I disagree. I totally disagree with that. Um, I can be introverted and I can be extroverted. As I got older, it was easier to be more extroverted, but I liked doing things alone. When I was young, I used to go to the art gallery, pretending I was a grown-up woman with a with a purse and everything. And I'd go to the art gallery, and I would just walk the floors and enjoy the art and try. I used to. My imagination was crazy. I used to imagine that painter or that sculptress or whoever it was doing in their studio, my imagination going, doing their artwork. And and I could feel the frustration and the power and the joy of putting their artwork together. I was crazy like that. I loved doing things alone for the first time. I always found that I was more confident. And I may have even exuded that um, confidence to other people. So there was no question as to whether or not I could do things alone or not. Now, not everything worked out. I mean, there's many things that I tried for the first time that didn't pass. Passed. That that failed, and didn't work out the way I expected. But one of the other proud moments that I had um, was when I got up in front of a class to teach my very first night. I was teaching night school at a college here in the city, and my very first night teaching, I was well prepared. I went through, the guideline, the steps of being prepared, knowing what you're talking about, um, knowing your students. In other words, the age groups or the abilities and so on. Anyway, and I was fully prepared, and I was scared, but I was determined to do it. I had accepted the position, and I wanted to do it, and I loved it. And for my first year of teaching, I was totally amazed because at the end of my first year or first semester, was it, or was it the first year? I can't remember now. It was too long ago. Um, you as a professor, especially being a part-time professor and a night school professor, um, you're rated by your students. And my deacon, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he had called me in and congratulated me on having such a good year. And I spent 6 years doing that. Those were proud moments that I did things alone, that I tried things I've always wanted to try. And I don't know. I think that in my life, my greatest moment is yet to come. Um, I've had great moments. I've had proud moments. I've had wonderful moments. I've had sad moments, depressed moments, very disappointed moments, as we all have in life. So it was really hard. That young fella got me thinking about life's greatest moment. You know, maybe my birth was my life's greatest moment. Maybe my death will be my life's greatest moment. I don't know. I don't know. I sure have a lot of great moments to look back on and enjoy and love and reminisce with a big heart. But it really got me thinking, you know, and if you think about it, you know, it's really hard to pick unless you've had a very, very long, boring life and suddenly something great and fantastic happens to you. Um, that 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 is a hard question to answer. Mm, I'm enjoying my tea. So I'm going to leave you today with your turn to ponder. What can you think of what your greatest life moment was? You know, at my age, I have a lot of moments that were fantastic and a lot of moments that weren't. So I wonder, can you think of one great moment in your life? Let's eliminate two things. Let's eliminate the birth of a child and the birth of a grandchild, because those are great moments in life. So let's eliminate those two. And can you think of a great moment in your life? Put it in the comments below. I'd really like to see how many of you are very similar in your great moments in life, or if you are very different. It would be really interesting. I really enjoyed our chat. He really got me thinking. And I'm afraid I am not any wiser or any smarter or than anyone else. I think a lot of my great moments in life have been great, but I don't know if I've yet to have the greatest moment in my life. I really had to think about it for a long time. Anyway, thanks for joining me for my Tea with Me Tuesday. I really appreciate it. Welcome back to all of my wonderful subscribers. And if you're new to my channel, I've been away for a while and needed that break. And now I hope to do this a little bit more often and come into your home with you, share a little bit of thoughtful things, funny things, interesting things, sharing things that I've just discovered that I didn't know about at my age. There's a lot of things I still don't know, but I keep learning, and I love to learn. And knowledge is a wonderful gift, a wonderful gift. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.